just got victimized by a bad pilot. We're trying to go from one lead to the other, Pam. Like that, Pam, thank you. And now, as we progress in the training of the horse and Canter, we might fool around and go back and forth between leads just for fun. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's another. Ah, she did 3 of them. Those are called tempi changes. And I think those were 3, were they? I knew you couldn't count any better than the judges. Which number is she doing? Is she doing them? Will she? Ah, everyone says 3. It's a good thing we have a committee here judging. Now we get fancier and do it harder, and these are required at the Grand Prix level, the level of dressage seen at the Olympic Games. We are now going to do 2s, if the pilot can count. Attaboy, perfect. Good boy. He said he's good, too. And now when we get to the hardest kinds of tempi to teach, seen in the Grand Prix and the Special, we do them every stride. And you can count with Pam. Help her out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, I lost count. I can't count that high. You only have to do 15, Pam. Oh, watch that applause. He becomes nuclear. Now, Pam, quit fooling around. Let's take a break. She's had too much fun already, you know? We're supposed to be serious. It's not fun. Now, we've done some fancy things in Canter. Now let's get down to business. We're supposed to show some other movements in Canter. She hasn't been able to show a bad lead change, but a bad lead change would be one where there was a trot step or 2, or the horse threw his head in the air, or he became very crooked, and we won't ask Pam to make her horse do that, will we? He's too perfect. He's got to stay straight. Now we go to more difficult things in the Canter. He's supposed to be able to have a very high-tech transmission when he gets to this level. Not only is he supposed to have collected Canter, very small, but very forward, Pam. Ah, she just shifted gears, a little bit like a Mustang. Oh no, what a rude thing to say about a Canterbury. Now we're going to show the next gear up, aren't we, Pam? From collected to medium Canter. This would be like going 55 on the Garden State Parkway. And no sirens. And she might change. Oh, she did. And then we're going to violate all the rules and get the cops out, and we will do extended Canter. This you must show and occur. This is where you wind out the horse. It's the biggest one he's got. And probably, I forgot to mention, you have to have, with the gears, very good brakes and a very good accelerator. The brakes are in the rider's back. The accelerator is in her legs. And now decelerate, what good brakes. And then, better brakes, we walk. The going up and the coming back, those are called transitions. A sign of really good dressage is one with a horse with very smooth, elastic, quiet transition. Especially if he doesn't jump out of the ring when he's supposed to be making a transition. Sometimes you see the judges shrink in their chairs as we gallop toward them. It's kind of fun, actually. And now we come to the difficult things in Canter, some lateral movements. Because we're sick of going forward and back. That's not all we do. We go sideways. from the nose to the tail. That's a circle, Pam. Sidey wave. This is left half pass. Nice view from the rear, huh, fellas? Now you guys get it. From the rear, the crossing of the legs, the nice even bend. Quarters may not lead. Let's do a bad one, Pam. Quarters leading desperately. Oh! What's the mark? 4! Now you marks are from 0 to 10. 10 is reserved for God. There we go. Now let's do one without bends to show that we don't know enough about half pass. No bend. Flat floors on the left side. Yuck. Anybody can do that, Pam. Aha. Very poor. Otherwise, very much a poor. And now we do that left and right, of course. Now we come to a more difficult maneuver. Strong bending and canter nearly on the spot in one of the most difficult movements against the pilot over here fooling around. Now we have the beginnings in the middle of a canter pirouette. Nearly on the spot, we hope, and round, and go out, and another one, Pam. You have to do it in the test on a certain spot, and the judges are studying that spot very carefully, hopefully not always looking down. Now she bends, and she must keep the canter rhythm. His croup, that's his butt end, must be lower than his ears and his head. She can do it wrong by losing the bend. She can do it wrong by losing the canter. Whoops! There goes the bend. What an awful thing to do to perfect. And she can do it wrong by making it too big. Here comes, that's easy. You can count, and to the music you're going to see small disasters. Because of course horses are not metronomes, and keeping perfect rhythm is not possible. Don't expect the horse always to be exactly with the music. Now we're here in a nice walk, and Perfect's getting ready to show some other things. So we start. What would I like, she says. Eager tonight, isn't she? How about a curve? Never mind, just a few movements. Now we're going to do some trot work. That's a 2-beat, 2, Pam, 2 beats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Diagonal pairs. They are diagonal, aren't they? It won't do to have a standard bred pacer in here. Sometimes you see lateral movements in the legs. Sorry, not allowed. You have to have pure gait, and there's a steady, even rhythm. We have the short one. Now we try to pretend we're a Porsche. We have a high-tech transmission. The little trot. The little trot, Pam. On the ball now. Little means more up and down, not with less energy, not changing the nice articulation of the joints, not throwing the head in the air, not going backwards. Now let's shift gears and show a medium trot. I don't see any cuffs around, Pam, it's okay. All kinds of things can happen when you ask the horse to go more forward with more energy. He can lose the rhythm. He can fall with more weight on his front end, and then his croup will come higher and his nose will go lower. That's a horrible thing, but this one's fairly nice. We have, hopefully, some overtrack from the hind steps over the front print, a high, round, over the ground kind of trot. I'd like to see a bigger one of those, but if Pam can do a bigger trot, we're going to call it extended. This one would be what this horse can offer this evening in the biggest trot he's got. Some horses have one from the very beginning. Other horses have to develop them over a period of years of training. The important point is the steady, even rhythm, the elasticity of the transition, the peacefulness in the horse's eye. Do you see his mouth open and his tongue waving? You better not. You don't want to see his tail swishing. You know they're running these bugs out tonight. They're all dead. You don't want to see flames coming out either, you know. He has to look quiet when he's showing maximum energy. Don't worry, Pam, you haven't gone that fast. Now we'll show some lateral work. In the beginning of the training of the horse, we go sideways with not a lot of bend, perfectly legitimate, called leg yield. In this case, the horse has not the bend in the correct direction. He has his nose right and his feet travel left. So this would be a leg yield left, right. We're going right now, Pam. Thank you.
I'm always good.
Pam, this is the first time Pam's been my victim, and it could be her last. Not enough crossing, Pam. Sideways, the lady said. I want sideways. Yeah, right? Sideways. Don't fool around here. Good boy, Bert. The garden variety schooling exercise, very simple. First and last time we do it. You can do it now, we don't have to use it ever again, practically. Because all the other lateral work is much more difficult. So let's start something harder, Pam. Enough of this kindergarten stuff. Next exercise. What's she doing now? Shoulder head. Done on 3 tracks. But he's got 4 legs. How can that be? Let's see if she can find 3 tracks, Pam. Looking over there, spectator, left front foot, right hind on 1 track, inside front foot on another, outside hind leg on another. All right, that was high tech, wasn't it? You almost missed it, didn't you? Don't believe me, it's an easy movement to miss. There's not a lot of bend. There's not a lot of angle. It's only 3 tracks. So, Pamela, you want to show us how novices do it to impress a judge? Very good, Pam. We pulled it. Don't believe she did that. She pulls the horse's head to the inside. She sticks his shoulder out, not in. Oh, very good. And 99 tracks. And even worse, see the hopping? This is not a rabbit, it's a horse. And now we come to another lateral movement, equally as difficult. Haunches in. Also done 3 tracks, can be called travers, or renvers rather, sorry. The other one's travers. This we'll call renvers. Don't worry, I get confused in foreign languages. Too many tracks, Pam, too many tracks. Isn't that right? How many tracks do we say? How many? Boy, flat. Oh, where are those judges? 3 tracks. We voted on 3 tracks, ma'am. Did she do it over there? Good enough. 3 tracks. She can do it wrong. 99 tracks. Why is it wrong? It's wrong because, it's right here. It's wrong because when the horse's quarters get so far in and the shoulders far out, we lose what we call engagement or collection. The whole point of our dressage training is to shift the horse's weight, so that's the whole point of collection, part of it anyway, is to shift the horse's weight to the hind leg, lighten his forehand, make him carry weight, and make him still move with great energy under that weight load. When he puts his hind legs so far in, they're very far away from carrying the weight. So therefore, we don't want too many tracks. And we don't want haunches leading, don't want haunches trailing in our last lateral movement in trot called half-pass. This is the most difficult lateral movement of trot. All of these are done, by the way, in collective trot. You don't do lateral because it requires collection. Strong bending left, hind legs and front legs coming across, no hopping, not leading, not trailing. You can do it with the wrong bend, and the judge will wrap your knuckles. And notice the horse starts to hop around, and wonder, I suppose he's busy thinking about asking Pam what she's doing tonight, or what she had for dinner. What dinner? That's the problem here, not enough dinner. Okay, now we come to the last of our trot movement. Passage and piaffe. You'll see them done a lot tonight, and you'll see them done wrong a lot tonight. That's because they're the most difficult of the trot movements. They are done at the Olympic level, and just below it, they practiced a couple of tests. The horses that can do them are talented. This one, nearly a trot on the spot, diagonal pairs, croup lower, pole the highest point, sitting down engaging, it's called piaffe. Has to be regular, even, energetic, and we got one too, don't we? Even that is a good thing. Perfect, you're a good boy. Besides piaffe, we have to go passage. You'll see that done tonight. Horses enjoy this movement. It's an enormous strength kind of movement, animated, lots of takes that spring up in the air, off the ground. And then, to make it even more challenging, the statistics test designers make you go from one to the other without losing a single stitch. You're really fancy and tricky. You come around in a piaffe pirouette. You should see those tonight, because we have to do something to make massage interesting. Tonight we go forward and back. Now we're going forward into massage again. We make a transition to piaffe, count the rhythm, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's got to be absolutely steady and even. And then we got to come out. Not too bad. Nobody's perfect, but this is their movement.
A very special thanks to Carol Lavell and